Welcome to my kitchen kingdom, where this old man cooks. Welcome to Kitchen Kingdom, where this old man throws down to chow down. In this episode, I'm going to prepare a good goat served over white rice. I'm going to prepare this goat in a pressure cooker, but if you don't have one, you can use a stew pot. It's going to take a little bit longer, but that's all right. Good food takes time to prepare. So let's get ready to rattle some pots and pans. Now what we're going to start with is about 3 pounds of good goat meat. Now this goat meat I had given a bath of non-fat plain yogurt about 24 hours. And I did that so the bacteria can help the meat break down and get it ready for the second part, which is going to be sort of like a light brine. So I'm going to add 1/8 cup of kosher salt and 1/4 cup of white sugar. Just gonna give it a little massage. Then you cover with water. You let this sit a minimum of 2 hours. Now would be a good time to discuss what's going on inside this brine. A brine is a combination of salt, sugar, or both dissolved in water to create a solution to help improve the overall quality of meat, in this case, our goat. The longer the soak in the solution, the more solution molecules will be transferred, so be mindful of not only how long you allow your meat to stay in the brine, but also the ratio of salt and or sugar to water you use. During the cooking process, the salt and sugar will bind with the proteins of the meat, creating a tender, moist, and flavorful product. Let's get ready to start our marinade. So what we have here is some fresh cilantro. This is about 1 bunch that I took off the long stems. We have 1/4 cup of red onion, 3 tablespoons of garlic paste. You can find that at the grocery store, or you can use fresh garlic. 3 tablespoons of ginger paste, or you can grate up your own ginger. 1/2 tablespoon of garam masala. Garam masala is a blend of spices, and the combination of spices you can blend to get garam masala is so vast. So if you go to your market, Indian market, you'll be able to find garam masala already prepared for you. And then finally, about 3 tablespoons of freshly squeezed lime juice. And now finally, we're going to put it in a little bit of Earl to lubricate things. We're going to pulse and process. Now we're going to introduce our marinade, which will further penetrate the fibers of the meat and bring with it lots and lots of flavor. And that's something you couldn't do with just the marinade alone. You had to do the brine in order for the brine to open up those membranes and allow the moisture to carry this flavor through. So we're going to mix up the marinade, and we are going to let this sit 24 hours. You can do it for 2, I'm just joking, especially if you're using a pressure cooker. But if you're doing it in a stew pot, 24 hours, 2 hours minimum. But the longer you let it sit, the better the flavors are going to be able to get into this meat and deliver up the good goatness that we are going for. Now that the goat has marinated, you want to take in a pot about 4 tablespoons of oil. Get that heated, and we're going to add about 1/4 cup of turbinado sugar. You saw I did this technique when I did the braised lamb. It helps with the browning process. You want that sugar to get just to the point of caramelization, but not to the point to where it burns. It should start to get frothy, and you should be able to smell it. Now, you can bring it a little bit darker than that, but that's where I'm going to stop it, and then I'll add my meat. You should start picking up a lot of the aromas from the marinade. You want to try to get all the pieces coated in the sugar. Not only does it help with the coloring, it definitely adds a deeper layer of flavor. You want to continue to stir every now and then until the meat is brown. Now that the goat meat is brown, if you're going to continue on with the stew pot method, you will add your can of coconut milk, fill that can back up with your broth of choice. It can be beef broth or stock, chicken broth or stock, or a vegetable broth or stock. If you're going to move to the pressure cooker, transfer it over now. Whether you're going to complete this in the stew pot or in the pressure cooker, it's pretty much the same. It's not so much important how much liquid you get in there, but it's more important that you cover all of your meat thoroughly. So the amount doesn't matter as far as ounces, but it does matter with respect to how much coverage you have. I'm just using a garlic infused beef broth, but you may use any broth or stock you choose. Just give that a little stir and make sure that your meat is covered thusly. You're going to seal your chamber, set your vent. Most pressure cookers have presets. You want to set yours on the meat preset if you have it. If you don't, set your timer for about 40 minutes under pressure. So now that the goat has cooked, I have removed it from the basting liquid. I'm going to add equal parts salt, garlic powder, and smoked paprika. And now we're going to reduce this. Now this is an optional step. If you want to boost your rice up just a little bit, you want to take some cumin seeds, about 2 pods of cardamom that you just whack with your meat tenderizer to open them up, and some cinnamon. Place it in your pan with a little bit of your infused oil, whichever you choose. This I've used the rosemary and thyme infused oil. Get it to where the cumin begins to pop. Take it out, wrap it in a sachet. Leave the oil in there because we're going to toast the rice first. Now with the rice, I'm going to use a blended rice. You can use whatever rice you want to. Just going to toast it a little bit. Now after 20 minutes, our rice is ready. And what we are going to do is add some of our turmeric infused butter and fluff that in with a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and just fluff that around until the rice starts picking up the lovely, wonderful yellow flavor and yellow color of the turmeric. Now we're ready to plate up. We're going to start with some of our nice rice. We're going to follow that up with a little bit of the reduction sauce from the goat. Oh yeah. And now the goat itself. Let's chow down.